everyone, my name is Btdth, and today we will explore a tourist destination that cannot be missed when wanting to learn about Vietnamese national culture, and is the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology. The Vietnam Museum of Ethnology is one of the places to display and preserve the cultural values of 54 ethnic groups across the country. The Vietnam Museum of Ethnology is located on Nguyễn Văn Huyên Street, Cầu Giấy, about 8 kilometers from the center of Hanoi. You can easily come here by many means such as car, motorbike or taxi. If you come here, you have to buy a ticket. The ticket price is of 14,000 Vietnam dong per person, and the price for students is 20,000 Vietnam dong. If you want to understand the history of artifacts displayed in the museum, you can hire a tour guide for 100 Vietnam dong. And now, let's explore together. Before you enter, there will be a map of a museum outside. The museum is divided into 3 main exhibition areas. The Chống Đồng building, the outdoor exhibition areas, and the Southeast Asia exhibition areas. All areas are written in 3 main languages, English, Vietnamese, and French. Next, we will visit the Southeast Asia exhibition area. As you can see, Southeast Asia exhibition areas is built in the shape of a kite. On October 24, 2015, the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology opened for sale 2 regular showrooms called A Glimpse of Asia and Around the World on the 2nd floor of the Southeast Asia building. With the opening of the new exhibits, the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology makes it possible for many visitors to study civilization in the place and around the world. Now let's explore the inside of the Southeast Asia building together. Southeast Asia has 11 countries. Southeast Asian culture is diverse, developing on an ancient common basics, influenced by India, China, the Arab West, and Europe, increasing the cultural and religious diversity in the regions. As you can see, Southeast Asian performing arts are especially famous for shadow puppetry in Indonesia, string puppetry in Myanmar, and mask dance in Thailand and Indonesia. People often perform on religious occasions and other festivals. Performance activities are often associated with large orchestra in which percussion instruments are prominent. There is a custom of eating Btdth. The custom of eating Btdth has been around for a long time and is widespread throughout the Southeast Asia. A piece of Btdth consists of at least 3 ingredients, Btdth, areca, and lime, and usually baked from shells, snails, and corals. Depending on the custom of each place, people can add some things like tobacco, pork, and cloves. The popular way to make a Btdth is to rub a little lime on the bitter leaf, put the areca pieces, and then wrap it in the desired shape. Double festival drum, a single-skin, single-side drum used in mosques in the Philippines. On important occasions such as the opening and inauguration of Ramadan, the church board invites the most prestigious men in the region. Usually, the local leader beats the drums to invite the faithful to the mosque to attend the ceremony. And now we will go into the Chống Đồng Gallery. The building was designed by architect Hà Đức Lịch, a Thai ethnic group, modeled after the drum of the famous Đông Sơn civilization. And the building has 2 floors with a total display area of 2,000 square meters. And this is a locker. You can put hat, clothes, and personal belongings here for convenience in visiting the museum. The Cheongdong building has two spaces, one theme and constantly renewed exhibition space on the second floor, while the first floor introduced the identity of 54 ethnic groups. And here there are 15,000 artifacts, 42,000 films and pictures depicting daily life, custom, clothes, and agricultural tools, as well as the custom of ethnic minorities. And the artifacts here are mainly translated into three main languages, English, Vietnamese, and French, for visitors to visit and learn about the museum. Below this is a plot with pictures of 54 ethnic groups, as well as greetings from many countries around the world, such as hello, xiao, and bonjour, contributing the cultural diversity and integrations. Stepping in here, you'll be immersed in the authentic and interesting cultural space of ethnic minorities.
And now, let's go to the second floor.
This is the model for the fair in the Plains, Midlands, and Mountainous areas, particularly in Cheongsam, Central Highland, and Northwest. By the middle of the 20th century, there were still almost no markets, and the exchange of goods took place in the village. And this is the buffalo cart of the Chambibo. The cart has two buffalo to pull to transport paddy, rice, corn, and firewood. Go deep inside, you can see the model of a house of people living in Central Highland here. The weaving of the harmon is described in a very vivid way, from cultivated or white flax. It must go through many stages to obtain yarn for weaving. Linen is thick but smooth, glossy, firm, and not wrinkled. Are you curious about what it is? This is the Kapsak ceremony of the Dao Dao people in Yên Bái. All men who reach adulthood have to go through this ceremony. And this is the home of the Thai people. Thai people have a tradition of still houses. The Thai people circulate the legends of turtles, teaching people to build houses and consider turtles as a benefactor. So they make the roof in the shape of a tortoise shell and have the custom of hanging tortoise shells. This house was built in May 1997 by a group of Thai people in Thuan Châu, Sơn La to introduce some typical architectural features such as window, roof, balustrade, and well. The decoration of the roof is a lotus shaped growth. And after visiting the Cheongdong building, visitors will encounter a large courtyard, which is an outdoor display areas. This area has an area up to 2 hectares with 10 different works. These are models of recreating the house of ethnic minorities in the Central Highland and Northern Mountainous areas. From the entrance gates, steps are designed and built exactly like the real thing for visitors to have an overview of characteristics of ethnic minorities groups.
Right now, I'm climbing up to the communal house to see what it's like inside.
The communal house is as meaningful as the face of the village because it is the tallest and most beautiful structure, showing the strength and talent of the village community. In the traditional Bana village, communal houses have many functions. It is a place to welcome strangers, where generations of men meet and interact with each other in their spare time, where young men are ready to fight to protect the village, and at the same time it's also the sleeping place of boys since they were young until they get married.
There is also a house of the Btdth people. The house was built on the basis of the house of the Btdth family in 1976 in Kỳ village, Buôn Ma Thuột City, Đắk Lắk province. The house is 42.5 meters long, 1.1 meters high, and 6 meters wide. In the traditional Btdth society, the longhouse is the residence of a large matriarchal family. The more crowded the house, the longer it is.
For the people of Hanoi in particular, and the people of Vietnam in general, the museum holds great cultural significance and values. In the journeys to discover Hanoi Old Quarter, you definitely cannot miss this place. And now we will end the journey here. Thank you for listening. How do you feel about the house architecture of Vietnamese ethnic group? For the architecture? I find it. I think it's really really cool. I really like the houses that are like built on stilts. I think that's really fascinating. I also think that like building materials are really interesting because a lot of these communities supposed to be more in the mountains, so I assume they use French stone, but it's still a lot of like yes. Thank you for your answer. Okay.